I'm Michael Shaw with Dale Carnegie, and I'm with Tennille. And Tennille, you completed the Dale Carnegie course about 6 months ago. Well, would you like to introduce yourself and your role in the company that you work for?
Yeah. So as Michael said, my name is Tennille Nisbet. I'm a project manager with PFS Engineering.
Oh, great. And what does PFS Engineering do?
We do a lot of things, a lot of design and build, manufacture. We'd go out on site. I'm part of the site team, so we go out and install new gear, or we do maintenance in sites. You name it, we've done it, basically.
Yeah, cool. Some pretty big jobs that you work on.
Yeah. I've recently worked on a project up at New Zealand Steel, replacing quite a lot of equipment in one of their plants. I was stationed up there for about 18 months. And I've done jobs where we've installed pedestrian bridges over railway lines, massive shuts at different types of industrial plant. Yeah, it's been a great job.
Wow. Must be very exciting to see the finished job.
Yeah, it's really cool. In this company, we get to see the design we get to see the product from design all the way through from manufacture into installation, and it's quite a round circle,
Yeah, cool. So, Tennille, what were your objectives when you started the Dale Carnegie course?
I had a focus on building some more self-confidence in myself and stepping out of the stresses of the day-to-day work and be able to make those hard decisions without getting caught in the weeds. And I also wanted to focus on reducing my worry and stress in the workplace.
Cool. And so how did you find the course? Was it what you expected?
A lot of my colleagues have done this before, and it still surprised me. It was still very engaging, challenged me a lot, stepped out of my comfort zone and made me uncomfortable, but that's where I found that I made a lot of my really good learning, and I really enjoyed it at the end of it.
Okay, yeah. So what were some of the key things that you learned that have really helped you in the last 6 months?
I learned a lot of better strategies to engage with others, and form better and lasting connections through these interactions. I've also understood the importance of ordering my thoughts before I go into large meetings. I've used to think I was very organized, but then I realized through this course that I could be a lot more organized. And in doing so, it reduces my stress moving into those interactions and makes them a lot easier for me to manage as well.
Yeah, cool. Can you think of one example where you applied something and you got a better result than normal?
Yep, there was a design query that we had that was looking like it was going to turn into quite a large issue within the project. I made the time to make sure and sit down, went through it in full detail, made sure I had everything laid out so that when I went to the client, we were all on the same page and it became much less of an issue than we initially thought it was going to be.
Right. So you really upped your communication,
Yeah.
and listening skills.
Definitely, and it was making sure that we were all on the same level. We all understood what we were looking at. I found that when we actually got into the detail, there was about 3 parties that were all looking at different things, and we thought we were all talking about the same thing. So making sure that we came in with the correct detail and everyone was very clear on what we were looking at, it made the process and the decision a lot easier.
Right. So really seeing things from their point of view and understanding where they're coming from.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Cool. That's cool. And as you were going through the training, you worked on an improvement project.
Yes.
What was that?
So as a part of my role, I go through quite a few different projects, and we do have a closeout system that we use, which kind of wraps up the project and all learnings. I found that we were looking at it specifically from our department, whereas our department engages and relies on a lot more of the other departments in our company to complete the work. And the learnings from our projects wasn't going out to those wider people. So my project is still going. I'm still developing it, but it is a better, more robust closeout system that translates the learnings from that one singular project through all of the departments to allow everyone to have that learning from those projects.
Fantastic. So it sounds like you're really working together and you're aligned with the other departments rather than perhaps working against each other a little bit, as in the past.
It's involved getting each of the department heads in, discussing what they need to know at the end of a project, what actually benefits them, what's just white noise in the background, and being able to specialize that feedback into something that everyone is going to use and streamline it to make it more effective for everybody.
Wow, sounds great. Sounds like it's really added value to the business.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, cool. And so what just do you feel that you've gained real value from the training?
I definitely do feel like I got a lot of value out of the training. I went into it thinking I know all of this. What else is there to learn? But definitely there's strategies that the Dale Carnegie courses teaches you that I hadn't thought about before. There were things that seem obvious, but when you get into the deeper side of it, like learning people's names and remembering people's names, how important that is and how effective it can be in your communication. Other things like the living each day in its container has really helped as well. Understanding that the stresses that you have in the day doesn't need to follow you along. It's been well worth the time and money that we invested into this to get this out of it.
Yeah, wow. And reducing that stress means that it's a more enjoyable workplace.
Yeah, yep. And it also it was amazing to see how much the principles could be applied to work and my personal life as well, and how obviously the two of them are so interconnected, but when you apply them to both sides, how much easier and smoother everything seemed to go, which was awesome.
Tremendous. And what advice would you like to leave us with?
Definitely invest in yourself and do this course because you think you know everything and it's definitely worth the investment of finding out more about yourself and how you can engage better with others.
Oh, wonderful. And kudos to PFS Engineering who really value their people and invest in them.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't thank them enough. They've given me lots of opportunities in the last 5 years that I've been with them, and this is definitely one of the best ones I've been on so far.
Awesome. Thank you, Tennille.
That's all right.